So the other day I put up a poll on the community tab of my channel asking you guys what car or cars do you want me to review next? The four options were Race and Rescue Red, the Rally Race Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks 2-pack, the Race and Rescue Sheriff and Adam Roadriguez 2-pack, or Rally Race Jackson Storm. Now YouTube only allows 4 options, so that's why I had to unfortunately exclude Sarge, but to be honest with you, I don't really think he was going to win anyways. The overwhelming winner was the Rally Race Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks 2-pack here, so who am I not to honor the viewer's choice? And hey, that very well could have been my choice too. I am intrigued about Red, I am intrigued about Sheriff and Adam, so I was really torn. I don't usually do polls like that. That's why I did it, because I was so torn with all these options. But fear not, guys, we will be rattling through all these other race and rescue or rally race cars in the next few days. And literally, I mean, I think it'll be 5 straight videos of race and rescue stuff, all the new stuff there. So I'm very excited about it. And yeah, let's just dive right in. It's going to be a great video because we have a prototype to compare for McQueen that I actually did show you guys in the first look at the race and rescue stuff, in which I also had a Cruz Ramirez for the rally race line. So we'll be able to talk about her as well. And then I have a slew of Lightning McQueens here that I cannot wait to compare this new Rally Race version 2 to see if Mattel drew any inspiration from their prior designs. Maybe GRC McQueen from last year has some elements. I mean, obviously we're going to have to compare him to the new Race and Rescue version of McQueen, the NASCAR version from last year, the Glow Racers version. What about the Mattel employee exclusive version of McQueen? I got everything here, guys. So let's not waste any more time. We got a lot to do today. So yes, hitting stores right now in the US, Target stores that is 2025 2-packs KC. I just unboxed it about a week ago. I'll leave the link for it in the description below and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. It perhaps may be the best case of the year, 2-packs and singles combined, because we got this 2-pack, we got the Sheriff and Adam one, we got Darren, Leadfoot, and Sage VanDerSpin, we got Masha Ellswrench and Megan Shifter. We also get Fabulous Hudson, Hornet, and Clovis Rider back. So all in all, it's a tremendous case. I was fortunate enough to not only be able to unbox it, but also find it at my local Target store the other day. So if I can find it, that means you can find it if you have a Target nearby. But yes, they used the Cars 1 rendering for Lightning McQueen's artwork here, which I am very happy about. It's kind of nostalgic to see them actually utilize that for something once, as they are almost always taking the Cars 3 rendering and repurposing it into whatever new expanded universe line they're doing at that time. I mean, sometimes they get creative, like with the NASCAR line, and do the side version, the side portrait. But yeah, you can see here, this is the Cars 3 artwork for Lightning McQueen, just repurposed into Race and Rescue McQueen. Now, I don't know why they didn't do that for Rally Race McQueen. And it kind of goes back to a previous point I've made, that 2 separate teams within Mattel worked on expanded universe lines. Leadership couldn't really decide which one they wanted. They really like Rally Race, but we did just kind of do the GRCs last year, which is kind of similar. Love the idea of Race and Rescue. So let's combine them, because both are abbreviated to RR. We could use the same logo and just repurpose that over and over again. You'll see actually every single Race and Rescue car almost has a different RR logo, like Sheriff and Sarge in particular have different coloring versions of the Race and Rescue logo, which is actually kind of cool. But point being, they're able to kind of rinse and repeat a lot, and so maybe that's why you have the Cars 1 version of McQueen here, because the team that worked on the Rally Race side of it, just that was their vision for it, right? Whereas Race and Rescue had a little bit of a different vision. So I don't know. Again, hopefully some clarity is shed on this when the book is released in September, I hear. But I don't think it's going to clear up the fact that, you know, this is a Cars 1 McQueen, Cars 3 McQueen. I don't know. I mean, it would be kind of cool to, like, if they did a retroactive expanded universe line. What do I mean by that? Well, them doing an expanded universe line and then they're saying like, oh, that actually took place canonically just after Cars 1, like in between Cars 1 and Cars 2. A period of time when they didn't do any expanded universe lines, right? Something that they now have relied on incessantly over the last 10 years here. That's actually kind of a great idea. What if they just said Rally Race takes place like 2008, and so it justifies having Chick Hicks in there. Then you could do like the King, Aiken Axler, do some other Cars 1 Piston Cup racers. You could scratch that itch and then just remove Cruz and Jackson and Danny and Cal, or maybe you could even put Cal in there. I don't know. That would kind of add to the excitement of it. I'm going way off on a tangent. Point being, Cars 1 artwork. That's a Cars 3 Chick Hicks artwork. New for 2025. Race and Rescue, Radiator Springs, even though these are rally racers. And you could tell that because, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but their numbers are also on the packaging, indicating that these are racers, serious racers. And they are both altered versions of their normal logos. 95's got the white trim and the blue behind it. Chick's number has the red trim with the blue behind it. So very cool. I'm excited to get into these, but yeah, lots of questions on my part. Lots and lots of questions, as per usual. I'm sorry. I know, I'm petty. Now, the stock image here for this McQueen is the Cars 3 slimmer model. So we do have to keep that in mind. You have Chick Hicks there looking nice. Now, we did already review him as a single, so we're not going to spend a ton of time on him today. I'll redirect you to his own solo video, link in the description, and card session pop-up in the top right-hand corner. And then you have Sheriff and Adam here that we will review soon, so we don't want to spoil that. Let's rip these two open and have a time and a half. Now, I have to also remark how cool it is to finally get a Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks 2-pack. A combination you'd think probably has happened before, but it hasn't. This is the first time that any version of McQueen or Chick have been included in a 2-pack together, so that's kind of cool. It's crazy it took 19 years for that to happen. I mean, we've gotten a 2-pack of Chick and the King. We've gotten a 2-pack of Lightning McQueen and, well, Damage the King. So we've gotten the other two combinations. We never got this one, which kind of feels like the most obvious choice. And, I mean, stuff like that happens. We have gotten quite a few McQueen and Sally 2-packs. Not a ton Mater and McQueen until kind of recently. I feel like there was another combination over the last couple years that's like, wow, that is kind of mind-boggling. It never happened before. I'm trying to remember what it was. But anyways, let's just surge onward here. As you can see, there is a herd of Lightning McQueens waiting for their turn to be compared to the new guy on the street. But we have to at least address Chick Hicks here first and see if he's a variant from the single release that I reviewed about a week and a half ago at this point. So 2-pack version here on the right, single version on the left. And yeah, they are pretty much identical, which is to be expected. If you look at the base here for the single version and find the date stamp, U09A means he was produced during the 9th week of 2025 at the A factory in Thailand. This guy, even though it's a slightly different texture, printing font there, U11A. So he was just produced 2 weeks later. And because it isn't any more specific or precise than the week, in theory, depending on when their week technically ends and begins, this guy could have been produced on a Sunday that this guy then was produced on the following Monday. The next Monday over. So they literally could have only been produced 8 days apart is what I'm getting at. If it was just 9 and 10, then it could have been Sunday, Monday, depending on when they classify when the cleavage between their weeks are. But yes, so it is no surprise that they are identical. And I'm totally fine with that because, well, there's no reason for them to be different. Don't need another variant that I have to collect, but I will take this time in case you didn't see that video, although I highly recommend you check it out because, we, yeah, pretty much do the same thing we're about to do with Lightning McQueen here, and that is compare a bunch of different versions of Chick. Lots of custom versions of Chick, because another surprise is, Mattel hasn't done a whole lot of Chick Hickses in the 19 years that the character's been around. And this arguably is one of the best they've ever done. So yes, I love Chick. I think I made that pretty clear at this point. He is currently my favorite from new Expand Universe line Race and Rescue or Rally Race, just lumping them all together for all intents and purposes. We'll see if anyone can beat him. I don't think it's going to be Lightning McQueen, as I've already gotten a good look at him through this prototype here, but I am willing to let my mind be changed. So, anyways, he does have a new expression that we haven't really seen on a Lightning McQueen before, so I'm happy about that. I'm very happy it's different from the Race and Rescue version, which is also a new expression. That's pretty key to make these actually feel different and distinct and not just kind of a cheap excuse for them to release two different versions of McQueen in the same Expand Universe line, which has got to be the first time that's ever happened, where they've been able to double up on a character in the, well, actually with NASCAR. I guess technically NASCAR yielded 3 versions of Lightning McQueen. Mattel, you silly goose. Okay, anyways. Radiator Springs Rally Race 200. So we saw this logo here on Chick. It's pretty much the same. We will see different variants of this logo as we go through all the cars, but as of now, the Race and Rescue logo has been the same on Mater and McQueen, and the Rally Race logo has been the same on Chick, McQueen, and Cruz Ramirez here. But I like it. Again, as I've said before, you have Radiator Cap Mountain split in half to form the two R's. 200 likely referring to the mileage of this race, not necessarily the laps. It's a good logo. You have a nice grainy 95 there. Some black tongue, whatever that is. That's not great. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Much prefer just the full teeth smile. So that is a little strange looking to me. And I also don't love, and you get this on some McQueen, some cars in general, this line here in which it's almost like they welded 2 different pieces together, creating this very unnatural crack almost. It's a little fainter on this side. It's very pronounced on the left side of McQueen here, our right side. And you can see they're on the prototype here as well. But I honestly feel like the one I got, the finalized version, has a worse looking or more visible line than on the prototype version. That's just a chip down there, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I mean, we've seen this with McQueen's in the past. You can almost kind of see the perforation on the Race and Rescue McQueen, but it's not nearly as noticeable as it is on this. And that's just not ideal. You can see it a little bit on the Glow Racers version. It's just really bad on this rally race version of McQueen. A lot of these other ones, they're able to hide it. But they all do kind of have like a little crease there. There's like a little dimple in the form of a line. This one just got it really bad. It's like a crow's, what do they call it? Like when you squint a lot in the sun and they call those lines you get on the ends of your eyes like crow's feet. Maybe it's like a smoker's line. I don't know, but it's not a good look, McQueen. It's like he's aging, but it's just a die cast, so it shouldn't age. Anyways, we'll get past that. Not great. You have the Lightyear tires, as McQueen always does, and red wheels. Gray wheels, though, in the back. So on a lot of these, you're going to see these mixed wheels. We did see this on Chick, blue and gray. On Cruz, yellow and gray. So a lot of them are going to be their main color and then gray in the back. Now, as the issue with all tire and wheels is, they're only able to spray paint, basically laser jet, whatever you want to call it, the most frontal facing parts of the wheel. And so the crevices along the inner walls there don't get the full treatment. So you can see right to the right of my fingernail how much whiteness comes through that was not painted fully. Looks really ugly in my opinion. You'd think it'd be better here, but no, now blackness is showing through. I mean, it's just not great. When you look at them front on here, they look really awesome. The red one, not as much. The gray one, pretty solid. Just when you kind of start dissecting it like we do here on the channel, that you start to see some of these blemishes and inadequacies. Now, I will say these contingency sponsors are wretched. That octane gain has been voided. If you've seen Thunderbolts, or at least the trailer for it, you know what I'm talking about. That octane gain logo just below the Piston Cup logo is foul. I don't know why. I would even contend, like, on the prototype here. I mean, they're still bad. Phew. Yikes. Where's a good comparison here? Glow Razors McQueen, made in Thailand as well. Great comparison here. Great comparison. Not saying it's great, but at least there's color to the Octane Gain logo and the RPM logo a little bit. These other ones also are just completely washed of any vibrancy. I don't know. It's like they took them into Microsoft Paint and turned the saturation down and then darkened it even more. Turn the contrast down. Like they completely suck the life out of these graphics. I don't know what they're doing. That Octane Gain logo is inexcusable. I'm sorry, guys. But this is an Expanded Universe version McQueen from Thailand. This is an Expanded Universe version McQueen from Thailand. They are direct comparisons. And this one is making me scratch my head and ask, what the hell were they thinking? All right. Anywho. You have the gray / white bolts here, kind of a gradient, starting to be a lighter white and then darkening as it goes back. I do like that. Not something we've really seen before. I mean, McQueen has had a silverly gray bolt in the past with the racing red version of Lightning McQueen, but that is pretty much it. And the Pixar Fest version of McQueen, in which it's like a mirror chrome. You could probably even see me, and if it was 2019, you'd be screaming face reveal in the comments below with the timestamp. People still do that, by the way, as if I haven't shown my face now like 200 times in videos. It might even be more than that. Oh, silly YouTube. 95, looking good there. I do like the blue trim around everything. You get the Rally Race logo here again. You have the indentation for the gas cap. Lightning McQueen signature, or chicken scratch, as it kind of looks like, is in gray now instead of usually yellow. You have the 95 logo there again. I do like how the gray kind of pinches the spoiler and the blue trim all leads into it. Rally Race 200, nice kind of thin, like slanted font, looking sharp. I really do like the font that they use on this. I think it looks great. It's not the clearest graphic in the world, but that might be the best thing this car has going for it. I do wish they kept it blue in the back, though. This gray part looks a little awkward, especially when you still see the blue on the top edge there of the spoiler. So I'm not big on that. But again, the Rally Race 200 script looks really good. 95 now in gray, which first time we've seen that, because you have it in red literally everywhere else, and now it turns to gray. I think that's actually a nice touch here. Just feel like it would be cooler if the spoiler was blue on both sides. But yeah, I mean, I got happier as this comparison or this review went on, because there are some major problems toward the front of him here. That, three blaring issues. I do like the expression, the black outline around the windshield's cool as well. But, and I can't believe I'm saying this because it really doesn't make sense for Lightning McQueen to be a rescue police vehicle. I think this one's better. And also, maybe it's because this guy automatically is getting compared to the expanded universe version of Lightning McQueen within a racing context they did last year. GRC McQueen, so much better, guys. And also, why are we using the three same colors for this as we just did last year. Red, blue, and a whitish gray. What are we doing, guys? Seriously. I don't get it at all. Whatever. He's only in this 2-pack. I'm not fond of this version of McQueen all that much. Let's be real. Maybe if it came out in a few years. Maybe if it came out years ago. But because it's now being compared to the GRC version of McQueen, which I think is one of the best versions they've ever done. So creative, having asymmetrical decals, different things on both sides, using the World Grand Prix Cars 2 version of McQueen. I mean, this one, using the Cars 3 model, but it's got the Cars 1 artwork, just as a massive hodgepodge of ideas. The GRC version is just so much better. And Mattel had to know those comparisons would be made, as they have literally been released almost exactly 1 year apart. In fact, this rally race version kind of coming out less than a year after GRC McQueen, because I didn't review GRC McQueen till like early July. You know what's also getting compared to? Another expanded universe version of McQueen that came out last year that's also in the racing context, called NASCAR McQueen, with new graphics and now metallic. Another version that is miles better than what we're getting here. Maybe you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys have different opinions out there, but I love the NASCAR version of McQueen here. The wheels, the dark cherry red, the way they incorporated Willys Buttes to kind of make it a bolt. They actually did a pretty good job with the contingency sponsors. They are Radiator Springs businesses instead of the standard random Piston Cup sponsors that we see. The black spoiler, that's a really cool touch. The checkered board pattern around the edges here. I really like this version. I don't think it's quite as good as the GRC version, but both are way better than what we've gotten this year. And yeah, I mean, there's a major gap. Like, I'd say these two are pretty close. I really, really like these. I hold them in high regard. Massive gap between those two and these two that we've gotten this year. And then a pretty sizable gap between these two. I really do think the race and rescue version's that much better. And they do kind of feel like a rehashing of each other almost, with these back designs here in which you have the colors kind of blending into the spoiler with the text there on the spoiler. The font also feels similar. I mean, it's different, but it's almost like they use the same font book, and that font offered like a bold and then like a slanted italic version. There we go. And so they are like the same font, but they're just like different variants of the same font. Like, that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting here. I don't know. I'm being a little nitpicky today. Maybe the book will make everything make sense. Like, McQueen's racing, like this. Or no. What if? No, can't do. I was like, maybe he starts off as the rescue vehicle, and then something happens in which he's got to hop into the race, and Ramon just paints him up really quick and haphazardly, and that's why these two look so similar, and that's why this one's kind of dog water to me. I don't know. Kind of like Rust-eze Cruz from Cars 3. Ramon just painted her, on the fly, even though I think that actually turned out pretty cool. Maybe something similar happens here, but does it really make sense for McQueen to go from rescuing to racing? Feels like it would be the other way around. But I guess it could work, actually. Maybe McQueen's like, hey, I'm retired now. I'm just going to serve as an honorary police captain. And then, oh no, the king had to withdraw from the race. Chick Hicks is baiting you. He's goading you into the race. Oh no. Ramon, paint me up real quick. Let me get in. Let me hop in on this. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Rally Race McQueen versus the World here. I'm taking Racing Red version. There's so many R's, guys. Just too many R's. Racing Red. Another RR. Yeah, this is a better version of McQueen, for sure. So guys, let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about it? This is a long video of me ranting on Rally Race McQueen, but there's a lot to be said here. The Glow Racer version, I'm even taking over this. I like the way that they use the Rust-eze paint job. They gave him the yellow tires. He's looking off to the side. It's a very unique expression. Here you have this Finish Line Frenzy version of Lightning McQueen that also has like a silver bolt. But I will take the rally version of this just because this is a very slight variant. There's no way I'm not taking the carbon fiber version of McQueen over Rally Race McQueen. The carbon fiber version's awesome. One of the best they've ever done. New wheels, new wing. He's coated in carbon fiber. Beautiful. What about the D100 version of Lightning McQueen? Maybe. I might have to think about this one, but this one's really nice as well. He's got the black tongue going though, which is a little bit of a turn off, but yeah, the D100 releases are a little underrated. I feel like after they came out, everyone just kind of swept them under the rug. I'm going to take this Pixar Fest version of McQueen over the Rally Race version. It's creative, lots of nice decals, shiny mirror graphics. The wheels are actually painted pretty properly. It's using the Cars 1 version of McQueen, which goes to show that they are still capable of using that model. Still don't know why they switched it. Tried to read research papers and do regression analysis on why did they ever need to change the model for Lightning McQueen when Cars 3 came out. It would make more sense if they just never used the original one again. But that's not what they did at all. Not what they did at all. In fact, now they mix and match. Chester Whipple Filter Lightning McQueen, you get to be the Cars 1 model. Racing Red version. We're going to use the Cars 1 graphics, but we're going to put them on the Cars 3 model. Pixar Fest comes along, they use the Cars 1 version. I mean, it's just, there is no rhyme or reason to what Mattel does. Here is the second NASCAR version of McQueen, which is very similar to the first, aside from the wheels. Another version of McQueen that I'm definitely taking over this one. I'm sorry. This one just doesn't impress me. It feels lazy. I don't even think I need to express my opinion on this comparison. I love how Mattel is able to put forth such an incredible, unique design for their employee-exclusive car that they probably only made like 50 of. The ROI on that is like negative because they didn't profit from that. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Oh, the prototype here, yes. I don't think there's any differences actually, obviously, besides the code. They're T46A, so this was made 46, how many weeks in a year? 52, 6 plus 11, 17 weeks before the finalized version that we're reviewing today. It's quite a bit of time, actually. But I don't see any other differences that they made. And it is important to note that he does have the holes in the base in order to be towed by any Mater, either the Race and Rescue version or the Mater, just the Rusty version with the working tow. So not any version, but those two will work with him. And now we can do a nice comparison between our three rally racers so far, Chick Hicks, McQueen, and Cruz Ramirez. Let me know, who is your favorite down below? Who's your favorite expanded universe version of Lightning McQueen? There are a lot here that came to the party. Most of them, in my opinion, are better than this new Rally Race McQueen. And I do think Chick Hicks is better than both of these by a landslide. I'm not fond of Cruz, though. So McQueen might even have an edge on that. But we'll see. I have not made a final decision on that. I need to dive deeper, compare her to some of her other versions to see how she kind of stacks up in that regard. I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.